At the Council of Nicea, Emperor Constantine presided over a group of church bishops and other leaders with the purpose of defining the nature of God for all of Christianity and eliminating confusion, controversy, and contention within the church. This council, coming together under the guise of eliminating confusion, controversy, and contention within the church, was really just that. It was a guise. The word guise is defined as the appearance of someone or something, especially when intended to deceive. This is exactly what happened at the Council of Nicea. How do we know this to be true? Let's take a look. History shows that Constantine's intention at Nicea was to create an entirely new god for his empire that would unite all religions under one deity. Constantine brought together over 300 bishops, including influential leaders from the area. These religious leaders were asked to debate and decide who their god would be. They argued amongst themselves, each having their interests and personal motives for their own special deity to be included. They were immersed in very heated debates. What many have never heard about these meetings is that the names of over 50 gods were up for the election as to whom the Roman Empire and the world would follow and worship. As of yet, no god has been selected by the council, and so they balloted in order to determine that matter. For 1 year and 5 months, the balloting lasted. From the book God's Book of Eskra, Professor S.L. McGuire's translation, Salisbury, 1922, chapter 48. Can you believe what you just heard? A group of men sat around and debated what pagan god their empire and the world would serve. We know this may sound shocking for many, but this is history. Now, after 1 year and 5 months of debating over which pagan god the Roman Empire and the world would serve, Constantine returned to the Nicene Council to find the leaders there had not yet agreed on a new pagan deity. They did, however, narrow the list down to 5 pagan deity prospects. These were Zeus, Mithra, Caesar, Krishna, and Horus. Historia Ecclesiastica, Eusebius, circa 325. As ruler, Constantine chose to combine 2 of the pagan deities into one. He chose Jesus, also known as Zeus, to be joined with the Eastern savior god, Krishna. Note that Krishna is Sanskrit for the word Christ. When you combine the 2 words, they equal Jesus Krishna, now known as Jesus Christ. A ratified vote was taken by the council that totaled 161 votes to 157 votes in favor of Constantine's wishes. Thus, the name Jesus Krishna, Jesus Christ, became the official name of the new Roman god. The world is still under Constantine's spell. This brings us back to what we spoke of earlier about the next great deception. It should now be obvious, based on what we've shared about what happened at the Council of Nicea, that the name of the Savior was also changed by the Nicene Council, perpetuated by the translators and scribes to this very day. The Savior said, "I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you would receive." Yehochanan, also known as John, chapter 5, verse 43. If the Savior said that he came in his Father's name, then his name is in the Father's name. The Father's name is Yahuwah. In modern Hebrew, it is spelled Yod-He, Yuah-He, and pronounced as Yahuwah. Very simple, very powerful. The Savior's name in modern Hebrew is spelled Yod-He, Yuah-Shin, Ayin, which is Yahusha, pronounced Yahusha. Very simple, very powerful. In fact, the power is clear when you realize the Savior's name is a description of who the Father is. Yahu is the abbreviation for Yahuwah. Shah in Hebrew means saves, salvation. Therefore, the Savior's name literally means Yahuwah saves. The translators, scribes, fueled by the evil one, have done everything possible to keep people from knowing the name of the Savior, because his name describes who he and the Father are. Yahuwah saves.